Request Ishan to please display the prayers. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Welcome all of you on this very special Ekadashi day. We are having the 11th Damodara meditation session, Liberation Left Behind. So let us hear the stanza that we are going to discuss today. I think we are beginning with the fourth stanza today. So first we will hear the song.
स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तम् आख्यापयन्तम् तदेशितज्ञेषु भक्तिर्जितत्वम् पुनः प्रेमतस्तं शतावृत्तिवन्दे.
So this was the third stanza. We have already completed it yesterday. Today we are going to discuss the fourth stanza. Param deva moksham na mokshavadhim va na chanyam vrineham vareshadapiha idam te vapurnatha gopala balam sada me manasya virastam kimanyai. This is the fourth stanza of Damodarashtakam as it is appearing in the Padma Purana. Now let us see the translation of this fourth stanza. The meaning is, O Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for the boon of impersonal liberation, nor the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon which may be obtained by executing the nine processes of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Bala Gopala in Vrindavana may ever be manifest in my heart. For what is the use to me of any other boons besides this? A very beautiful prayer indeed. Many times we go to the temple or we pray to the Lord for some benefits in return, right? But here you see, we understand the pure standard of bhakti is not to desire anything from the Lord in return for our seva. Here, the devotee is saying, I do not want liberation even, right? I don't want even liberation or any other boon. I always want to see your form of the Lord as Bala Gopala within my heart. So, this is a example for pure bhakti. Pure bhakti means there is no desire in return for one's seva to the Lord. Now, in this stanza, first line we will be meditating today. Let us see the first line. Varam deva moksham na mokshavadhim va. Varam means boons or benedictions, varadana. Deva means O Lord. And moksham means liberation from the cycle of birth and death, freedom from the cycle of birth and death is called moksham. Na means not. Moksha vadhim. Moksha vadhim means the highest pinnacle of liberation, which is to attain the realm of Vaikuntha Loka, to go back to Vaikuntha, to the spiritual world. Va means or. So here Let us try to understand this line, the first line of the fourth stanza. Varam deva moksham na mokshavadhim va. Now, varam means boons or benedictions. As I mentioned, generally 99.9% of the people in this world, they worship God or they worship devatas, desiring some benefit in return. They desire some vara, some boon, some benediction. Vara, the Sanskrit word vara means something which is very valuable, something which is the highest, something which is not ordinary. That is called vara. Vara means shrestha. Another synonym for the word vara in Sanskrit is shrestha. Shrestha means something which is great, something which is not ordinary, something which is extraordinary. That's called varam. So, varam, here the devotee is praying to Lord Damodara. Varam Deva, O Deva, O Lord, Varam Moksham Na. I don't want the benediction of Moksham. Moksha means liberation. Now, according to the Vedic conception, there are four Purusharthas of human life. Purusharthas means the primary goals of human life. Four important goals of human life. What are they? Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. Dharma means to execute some religious rituals in this context. Why do people engage in so many religious activities? Why do they perform dharma? Generally, people perform dharma so that they get artha. Artha is the second goal of human life. So, goal, what is that? Artha. Artha means material benefits, material wealth, material well being, improvement in one's financial condition. That is called artha. And the third one, why do people want artha? Because they want to satisfy their kama. That is the third one, kama. Kama means to satisfy one's material desires. So, dharma, perform religious activities to please God or to please some devatas so that you get artha, that is some material wealth, some well being, some improvement in your material standards of life. Why do you want this? So that you can enjoy kama. Kama means sense enjoyment, material pleasures. And when people are repeatedly going through this cycle of dharma, artha, kama, perform some religious activities, get some material wealth, and with that material wealth, enjoy the material comforts for the body, for the senses. When repeatedly, when one goes through this process, what happens is one becomes frustrated because the way a person wants to enjoy, many a times, most of the times, the his desires are not satisfied. So, therefore, repeatedly, when one goes through the hard work of doing some dharmic activities to satisfy one's material desires, and whatever he gets as the final result, he is not able to become satisfied with that, then there is a kind of frustration. And because of that frustration, they think of the fourth one, that is moksha. Oh, enough of this material world for me, enough of this difficulties. Whatever I'm desiring, I'm not getting at all. So let me end my existence by merging into the supreme light. And they call this as moksha. I am a tiny light, and God is a supreme light. I want to go and merge into that supreme light. I want to end my existence. This is something similar to committing suicide. You know, why do people commit suicide? There are many reasons. Generally, people commit suicide, we hear, when their desires are frustrated, or they are not able to perform well in their career, or they're not able to do well in their exams, or they are not able to get their desired life partner. uh, that time, out of frustration, people commit suicide. We have been seeing this kind of tendencies, right? In the youth, especially, we see this. Why are they committing suicide? Are they desiring to die? No, actually, they are not desiring to die. They don't want to die. Given an option, they would like to live and enjoy their desired objects. But because they are not able to achieve, even after repeated attempts, they are not able to achieve, they are failing. So, out of frustration, they think, let me end my life. And that will be a good solution. They think like that. But that's definitely not a good solution. It is escapism only. In fact, according to Vedic understanding, committing suicide is a sinful activity because God has given you this body for some duration of time. You're supposed to utilize it to make spiritual advancement. And out of somebody's frustration, if that person commits suicide, it is against the laws of God. And because it is against the laws of God, it is called sinful. Sinful activity means anything which is against the plan of God. And because of this, they get sinful reaction. Those who commit suicide, what do they get? They actually are born as ghosts. Ghost means they have a mind with which they can desire so many things, but they don't have a body to satisfy those desires. So, ghostly life is actually a reaction to sinful activities, especially the sin of committing suicide. So I gave the example of suicide of youngsters because of girlfriend ditching them or because they're not able to do well in their career. But similarly, in the spiritual domain, also there is a kind of suicide. What is that? So they say a group of philosophers called as Mayavadis, they say that this world is mithya, it is false. It is only giving me miseries. Even after repeated attempts to become happy, I'm only getting miserable conditions. So, better let me not exist as an individual. Let me go and merge into some big light. They call this as moksha. Okay. So, this kind of moksha of not wanting to live as an individual personality, but to go and merge one's existence into some big light. This is not at all desired by a pure devotee. A pure devotee always wants to maintain his individuality and serve the Lord eternally because he derives great pleasure in serving the Lord, in having a loving relationship with the Lord. It is mentioned in the scriptures when Lord Ramachandra offered Hanumanji the benediction of moksha. Hanumanji flatly denied it. He said, "Oh my Lord, I don't want that kind of moksha where I don't have opportunity to serve you. I want to serve you in your spiritual in the spiritual world in Vaikuntha. That is my desire. I don't want to become one with you. This is very, very abominable for me. I don't want, I exist only to serve you, and I want to serve you." So here in this prayer of Damodarashtak, also the same understanding is reflected here. Varam Deva Moksham Na. Na is negative. I don't want the so called liberation of merging into God. I don't want that. I want to maintain my individuality as a devotee, as an eternal servant of Krishna, and I want to serve Krishna. This is actually called liberation. Real liberation means not going and merging into God. Real liberation means to begin our original activities of seva to the Lord. What is our original position? We are not this body, we are soul. And what is the soul's position? That is revealed by the scriptures. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nitya Dasa. Our Swarupa, the Jivas, the soul's real Swarupa, original position is we are eternal servants of Krishna. That is our real position. We are Krishnera Nitya Dasa. Krishnera means of Krishna. This is Bengali language, what I'm saying. Krishnera means of Krishna. Nitya means eternally. Dasa means servant. So we are eternally servants of Krishna. Soul can be 100% fully satisfied only when the soul engages in service to Krishna, because that is our original constitutional position. Not this so called going and merging into light. In many movies, devotional movies or TV serials, they show like this. So there was somebody and he attained moksha. And how do they show? There is a small light, that light goes and merges into God. Now, this is not moksha. This is not real liberation. According to the scriptures, real liberation is to engage in loving service of the Lord in Vaikuntha, in the spiritual world. So, first kind of liberation is what the Mayavadis say. I want to go and merge into the supreme light. Now, this devotee here in this prayer, Satyavrata Muni is saying, I don't want that kind of liberation of merging into God. Then God may ask, okay, I will not give you that kind of liberation. Do you want the highest liberation where you can come to my abode, Vaikuntha Loka? And there you engage in my service. That is the highest. In fact, that is moksha avadhim. Avadhim means the highest, the pinnacle. The pinnacle of liberation. You will get entry into my abode, and there you will engage in eternal loving activities with me. Do you want that kind of moksha? So the last word of this line, va means or. I don't want this moksha of merging into God's light. I don't want that moksha also of becoming free from the cycle of birth and death and actually entering the Vaikuntha and engaging in service. I don't want that also. Now, this is actually something very, very special. This is called pure bhakti. I don't want moksha. This devotee is saying, I don't want to go to the spiritual world also. So this is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught us also in his famous prayers, Shikshashtakam. We will have another series on Shikshashtakam some other time. These are 8 special instructions given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in one of those prayers, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadisha kamaye, mama janmani janmanishware bhavatat bhakti rahaituki tvai. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, O Jagadishwara, O Lord of the universe, Krishna, I don't want dhana, I don't want wealth, I don't want jana, I don't want many number of followers, big number of followers. I don't want kavita. Kavita means I don't want people to glorify me with some poetic words and songs. I don't want that also. I don't want sundari. I don't want the company of beautiful girls. I don't want that also. Na kamaye. I don't want this. I don't desire all this. Then what is that I want? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Janmani, Janmani, birth after birth. It doesn't matter if you want me to take birth again and again, many, many times in this world. I'm ready to do that, oh Lord. If that is your desire, I will be in the cycle of birth and death. I will take birth and death many, many times. That's okay. But in each of these births, I just want the opportunity to serve you unconditionally. I want to simply serve you, O Lord. I want to be your devotee. I don't want liberation. If you want me to live in this material world, I'm ready to live here. But I just want to render service to you wherever I may be. Now, this is the gold standard of bhakti. Everybody goes to God asking for some things. But a pure devotee, forget about asking any material things. He does not even ask for spiritual liberation because he is always wanting to be engaged in loving service with Krishna. This is the very, very special quality of a pure devotee. So, We should also pray like that. My dear Lord, I don't want material things. And if you desire, I can remain here in this world and I can go on serving you. This is what Hanumanji also asked Lord Ramachandra. I'm ready to be in this world. This world is actually a place of miseries. But because I have the greatest treasure of chanting your holy names, I can conquer all miseries simply by chanting your holy names. I just want to be engaged in your seva, in the association of your devotees. And it doesn't matter whether if I get liberation or I don't get liberation, that's okay. So, this is the pure devotional service which alone can attract Krishna. Even if one desires spiritual liberation, Krishna can easily grant it. It's not a big deal for Krishna. Krishna can grant material richness, material name and fame, all that Krishna can grant us. But while granting all of these, Krishna is not so pleased. He's not so attracted to our consciousness. There is only one consciousness with which by which Krishna gets attracted, Krishna gets drawn. That is called pure Krishna consciousness, or as I said, pure bhakti. So in this first line, Satyavrata Muni is offering this prayer to the Lord, and he's also teaching all of us. Oh Lord, I don't want material benedictions. I don't even want the benedictions that are desired by less intelligent spiritualists. That is, they want to merge their existence into you. That also I don't want. That moksha I don't want. I don't even want that benediction of moksha by which I can enter your spiritual world. I don't want that also. I just want to absorb myself in my mind in you, in thinking about you, in serving you. This is what I want. So when this kind of prayer is offered to the Lord becomes extremely pleased. And of course, we should genuinely understand the philosophical depth of this prayer. We should not, these prayers are not simply meant to be verbally recited like parrots. Of course, even doing that also one gets a lot of spiritual benefits. But understanding the meaning, meditating on the meaning, the deep realizations of each of these lines when we are singing this prayer, and trying to adopt this kind of a pure devotional consciousness is the purpose of this Kartika Damodara challenge or Kartika Damodara Vrata. So we are very fortunate that we are getting to unlock the mysteries behind the words of this Damodarashtakam. So from this, we understand a pure devotee is situated much beyond liberation, much beyond moksha. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, generally people in this world know only about these four things, dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. But there is a fifth thing which is very, very confidentially described in the Vedic scriptures. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I have come to reveal that to you. What is that? The fifth one is called Krishna Prema, pure love for Krishna. Developing pure love for Krishna, it is much, much greater than moksha. It is much, much greater than mukti, liberation. And that Krishna Prema, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has easily bestowed upon everybody without seeing any qualification. He has distributed the Krishna Prema opportunity to everybody in the form of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Anybody who chants the Hare Krishna Mahamantra sincerely, attentively, with devotion, then such a person very quickly he will attain Krishna Prema, pure love of Krishna, which is much, much higher than attaining liberation from the cycle of birth and death. In fact, liberation from the cycle of birth and death is a byproduct of chanting Hare Krishna mantra. That is not the main effect. The main effect is when a devotee chants Hare Krishna mantra sincerely, he develops pure attraction, pure love for Krishna, affinity to serve Krishna comes about in his heart. And this achievement is very, very rare, and this achievement is much greater than escaping the cycle of birth and death. In fact, if one attains this pure bhakti, one by default is liberated from the cycle of birth and death. So, in this Kali Yuga, even though we are in such a uh, hopeless situation, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord Himself came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 500 years ago, and He gave us this sublime yet simple process of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And simply by chanting Hare Krishna, we can attain all perfection. So now let us chant Hare Krishna mantra and let us have the same consciousness. My dear Lord, I don't want anything from you. All I want is I should never forget you. I should always remember you. I should develop desire to serve you wherever I am. In this mood, let us chant the Hare Krishna mantra for the next 1 minute. We will chant for 11 times. Please join me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I request each one of you to please make it a part of your daily life to chant a fixed number of rounds of Hare Krishna mantra every day. And that's the easiest way to connect with Krishna and to develop pure love for Krishna. We shall close here. Anyone has any questions? Before that, a very important announcement for the IASC students. Tomorrow in Sarvam Complex, second floor, we are going to have a special event organized by the Transdimensions Students Club. It's called Deepotsava, the Festival of Lights. There will be musical performances, bhajans and kirtans. There will be a special movie screening, a storytelling uh, segment in the program, and we will also be having lamp offering to the Lord, and the whole event will conclude with special dinner prasadam feast. So it is going to happen tomorrow at 7 p.m. onwards in Sarvam Complex, second floor. Please spread the word. Don't come alone. Get at least one friend from the campus along with you for this event for Deepotsava, the Festival of Lights. So, anyone has any questions, any comments? You can unmute yourself and you can ask your question. Okay, so looks like everything is
Hare
very
Krishna
clear
Prabhu.
today,
Yeah,
whatever we
Prabhu.
discuss.
Yeah, Hare
Hare
Krishna Prabhu. I
Krishna,
had one question.
Ratnadeep. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, Prabhu. Here it is a dharma, artha, kama, moksha. See, dharma means it is said it is not the perfect thing. But Krishna says in Gita that dharma samasta panarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So what is that dharma which Krishna is establishing and which is this dharma which is not accepted as the perfect by the acharyas or even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or even Krishna means what is the difference
yes.
between the two dharmas, Prabhu?
Yeah, very good question. Uh, the dharma that we generally in this world people follow, it is a transactional thing. I do some religious activity and in return I want some benefit from God. Now this is it is not the perfect dharma. It is a transactional thing. But when Krishna says dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge, that dharma which Krishna is talking about actually is the process of bhakti, because that is what Krishna reveals towards the end of Bhagavad Gita. This dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge, Krishna says in the fourth chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, that I come here to establish dharma. But what is actual dharma? That Krishna tells in the final 18th chapter. He says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. He says, the highest dharma is to give up all material dharmas and to surrender to me. So highest dharma is to surrender to Krishna. So that it is that dharma which Krishna is teaching in the Bhagavad Gita. It is that dharma which Krishna wants to establish in this material world. Finally, all of us will be happy and satisfied only when we surrender to Krishna. So that is called the highest dharma. In other words, pure bhakti is the actual dharma, Bhagavata dharma, which, when practiced under proper guidance, one can attain highest perfection and please the Lord. Hope that answers your question.
Okay, yes, bro, got it. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So thank you very
Thank
much, all of you, once again for attending the session. I hope there are no more questions. Are there any other questions anybody has? Okay. So thank you very much once again for attending. We'll meet again tomorrow at 9:15 p.m. for another session of Damodara Meditations. Thank you. श्री कार्तिक दीपोत्सव महामहोत्सव की जय, श्री श्री राधा दामोदर की जय, विश्व गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.